Hey everybody, it's Perrin from nichepursuits.com, and today I wanted to show you a really cool tool that I've been using on basically all of my sites to make my life about a million times easier. It's a content builder, and I wrote about this a lot in my last blog post when I wrote that monster piece on how I'm creating content these days. Because this is one of the tools that makes it really, really, really easy for me. Um, like I can't even put into words how insanely easy this has made my life in the past like month or two. So I wanted to pass it along to you guys and just kind of show you what it can do and show you what I've been doing with it because um, it's really going to save everybody a lot of trouble, especially me, and it's going to save my inbox from exploding every Monday, which inevitably happens because I get so many emails about the things that we do on Niche Pursuits for our sites that we show you on our blog. And a lot of them, a good chunk of them, are about WordPress itself. So, like, how do you make a table? How do you make calls to action? How do you set up your page the way you do? How do you make those review stars? And usually, when I get those types of questions, the answer is something like, well, I use this plugin or I use this theme, but you could also use X, Y, and Z. There are these options out there. And you have a couple different options for any one thing you want to do on your blog. And at the end of the day, you end up installing like 25 different plugins, which can slow down your site. And it's a lot to manage, and it's a lot to find, and it's a lot to research. And it's just overall a huge pain. So when I found this, I was really, really stoked. This puts everything that I want to do almost into one package, and I can do it all at once, and it's absolutely fantastic. I usually don't get this stoked about like WordPress plugins and themes and stuff because I feel like I've kind of seen it all. But this is crazy. I've been using it on all my sites. We use it on our authority sites. I'm using it exclusively on the new site that I've been building, which is this one right here. So it's really, really powerful, and I just wanted to show you guys what it can do. So check it out. This is a dummy page that I set up on my new site because I have moved on from a penny shaved. It's officially dead. But this is a page I set up on my new site. And I just wanted to kind of show you guys what exactly this tool can do. Obviously, it's called Thrive Content Builder. And so let's kind of get into it. The first thing that you'll notice here is that it's a front-end editor. And there are a couple editors like that on the market that say that they're front-end, but really everything still takes place on the back end. And you're working with like blocks and stuff, and it's not truly a front-end visual editor. This really is. So all of the elements you see here on the right are 100% drag and drop. You just take them and you drag them onto your actual website. So there's no dinking around in the back end. You are just pulling things onto the actual web page, and you can see what it looks like right away. And then when you hit publish, that's what it will look like on your website. And I don't know about you guys, but when I'm publishing a piece and I really want it to look great, I'm constantly like clicking back to the editor and updating and making a change and publishing and going to see what it looks like on the actual website. And I do that like 100 times. I mean, if you look at the editing log in WordPress, it's just ridiculous for my pages because I'm such a perfectionist. This lets you see everything right on the page. So let me just show you a couple of the things. And I guess we'll start with the simplest one. This is a paragraph element. This is like, the core to any page. I'll just grab some dummy text here. And I just dragged it in from the little toolbar here. I can paste in my text. And then I have all these different options. And these options are kind of the same for just about everything. You can format the text. You can change the size of the font. You can change the padding of this element. So say, for example, you wanted to move it down. You could just change the pixels and it would move down. You can also even change the font. So like I installed this font earlier, and it's not even like I didn't even have to install this font. There's a font manager, and you just pick which font you want, and it does it automatically. You can change the size. So like, I mean, have you ever tried to change the font on your WordPress blog? It is so difficult, especially if you are absolutely not technical like me. Like, I know writing and I know WordPress, but I hate technical stuff, and anybody who knows me at all will tell you that. So Things like changing your font have been a huge headache for me, and to just like be able to do it is really cool. So then say you might want an image, right? Add media. I'll take this beautiful image I found on the internet. Insert it into the post. And then you have similar options, but you can do different things because it's a different element. So you just take the slider and, change the size of the image. If you want it to be in the paragraph, you can just drag it up there, change it to left justified, and it's justified on the left. Change it to right justified. You can still drag it and drop it, and the text will wrap around. You can add a hyperlink to the image. You can change the borders. You can change the padding and everything on this. Everything that you would basically have to do like inside of your HTML. And for me, like I'm honestly not technical. So if I need to like change the padding for a picture, I have to go look it up on the internet somewhere. I have to Google increase padding on a picture on a WordPress blog, read through like a bunch of forums to figure out how to do it because I've never done it before, right? This obviously is much easier than that. So there are also lots of cool kind of pre-done elements here. So let's slap in a button. It comes with a bunch of pre-styled buttons, so you could do like style 1, or maybe this style, and maybe you want it to be smaller, and maybe you want it to span the full page, and then perhaps you want to change the text. Sign up now, and then you could add a link here. You could have it open in a new window, and you can follow it. And this actually works with stuff like lead pages too. So like if you just pop in a lead pages link to the button, it'll pop up the little opt-in box on the on click. There's also an event manager, so if you want to change what happens when people click the button, you can do that. You can change font size. You can add credit icons below the button, and this is all just like drag and drop. So here are just a couple of the other elements. I'm just going to kind of drag them onto the page. More credit icons, a star rating. I can't tell you how many people have asked me how to do this, how to put a star rating in here or in their blog, right? Honestly, it's hundreds of emails, guys, for people asking me how to put stars in their blog. So you can, put this in. You can put this anywhere. You could drag this up here, if you wanted to. Left justify it. You could drag it down to where the image was, if you wanted to. You could put this in a table. You could really do anything. Content. Let's see. Content containers are really cool. So this is a container where you can just put any type of content, and like including background and stuff. Content reveal, I believe, is an element that will reveal after a certain number of seconds. So say you want like people to be watching a video, if you're trying to capture leads or convert them to buy a product, and you want your sales pitch to appear at a certain time in the video, you can put that here, which is a really powerful element conversion-wise for conversion optimization. Content templates here is really cool. Anything you do on the page, you can just save it as a template, and then you can do it for any other page, which is cool. Content boxes, one of the things that I really love. They have a bunch of different styles. You can use them with or without headlines. Obviously, this color is a little obnoxious, but you could put like a review for a certain product in here. You could have like some special information. Maybe you put a disclaimer, whatever. You can use these types of content boxes to do that. And it just looks really professional. A symbol box is a box with, I think the number one's best, with like a symbol up here at the top. So maybe it's a tutorial and you want to say like step 1, step 2, step 3. And you can change everything about these. You can change the color and the padding and the size and the border radius and whatever, so that it fits your site. Quotes or a quote share is a tweet this button, which is really cool. So like maybe you put in some quote or some little snippet from your site, and then it's a one-click tweet to get some of those social shares. Stylized lists is something that I've actually been using a lot. So if you're doing a product review, one of the things I like to do now, because I've been hit with a thin content penalty and I was looking into what Google likes for content, they like pros and cons a lot. So they like you to actually review the product and then do like actual in-depth pros and cons. This is a really good way to do that. So let's see. Whoops. So you can see it has like these little green check marks here. And any of this is you can format for like different columns. I'll show you an example. So maybe you have 2 columns here. You could drag this one down. And I'm doing this really quickly, and you could spend a lot of time making this look good, of course. And I do. You could do pros, cons, and then you could create a stylized list for the pros. And then I want it to be up a little higher, or rather, I don't want that big space there, so I can move it up and I can have Pro 1, Pro 2, and then I can do the same thing with the cons over here, and I can change the color and style of this whole box. You get the idea. And this could be as big or small as you want it. So really, really powerful way to do it. One of the things I really like here, or 2 of the features that I really like for the types of sites that you and I are building at Niche Pursuits, or as a Niche Pursuits reader, or as people who are doing internet marketing, are the testimonials, which are really incredible for sales pages and products. Makes it look really professional. I really like this one at the bottom. And also the call to action. I've got to change the color here. It's driving me crazy. So it has all these different types of call to action. And these can be as big or small as you want them. You can place them anywhere you want. But if you wanted to do something like this yourself in the backend WordPress editor, you would have to get all of these images and figure out how to format it in HTML. Even if you know how to do that, it takes just so long that it's ridiculous. Obviously, we did this in less than 5 seconds, which is really crazy. And the last feature that I really wanted to show you, and there are tons here. You can really just go check them out. Well, I guess I'll show you 2 because these are... Oops. So pricing table. These are ugly colors, but you get the idea, which is great. And all you have to do is add your product link to these buttons and maybe change some of these bullets, and you're good. And then the feature that I was really excited about, because it's been like the bane of my existence forever, is a table. So you can do, we do these all the time in our blog, right? So many of you have asked me how to do tables. We've done whole blog posts on how to put stupid tables into your blog. That's how much people want it. And we use these because they convert like crazy. They get more clicks than anything else on my blogs easily. And here, you don't have to mess with all the HTML. All you have to do is create a table, put in whatever you're going to put in there, and then just add a link to your product in the URL. And that's it. And I've actually talked to the developers and they're working on making these tables sortable. So you probably can't use these for big data sets yet, but you will be able to in a couple weeks, which is great. So there are some really, really cool elements you can use this for. And, I went through all these really quick, but you could start from scratch and honestly make any kind of page you want virtually within reason. You can't add in, a bunch of flash or anything here, but you can add in like full width responsive video and feature grids, and you can make super professional pages. So I hope I'm not coming on too strong, but I know you guys, and I know the emails that I get every single day about this kind of stuff. So I feel like if I am using this thing as much as I'm using right now, you guys will really, really like it. So I just wanted to show you what the video is. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. My contact information is on the about page of ninjapursuits.com, and I'll be happy to answer anything you want. So let me know. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.